My name's David Kelly. In 2005, I came to Bath from Cornwall to do the Bachelor of Business Administration at the University of Bath, which was a 4-year course, after which I founded my first business here in 2009. It's now an 11-year-old business which specializes in digital technology. We have, over the course of that 11 years, created 2 additional businesses in Bath, one in the e-learning space and another in the life science space. We employ 45 people across those businesses. Outside of the business world, my involvement has been across a number of different steering groups and bodies in the city over the time I've been here, and the pet projects that I've been involved in include founding the Bath Digital Festival and more recently launching the Co-Forest initiative to plant new forestry in and around the areas of Bath and Bristol.
Clearly, you're somebody who's been successful in starting innovative digital businesses in the local area. What's your feeling about what could be done to make it easier for more businesses to start up?
I think the question of ease of starting businesses is more pertinent now than it's ever been before. There is actually, in the last 6 months, a massive question mark around why do you need to be anywhere to start a business? And when that's the question that's on an entrepreneur's mind, proving that Bath is the answer has actually become harder over the last 12 months, not easier. So whilst my past experience would have told you that we've got some phenomenal ingredients in Bath in terms of the size and the scale, in terms of the output from the universities, the incumbent businesses that create creative and innovative individuals, those kind of standing oaks like the future publishings of this world, those things are still huge assets. But in a climate where you don't actually need to be anywhere, I think it really does come down to the word in your question, which is easier. So you have to make it frictionless. You have to make it exceptionally easy. And realistically, that means exceptionally flexible and quick access to space at exceptionally low cost. Infrastructure needs to be in place for people to work and make the most of it. So, super fast internet connections. And if you can kind of take all of the friction away, then Bath's positives of being a beautiful place to work and live start to weigh in its favour. But if you're just relying on perhaps what we used to of it's a beautiful place to live, I don't think that will do the job on its own anymore. So I really hope that over the next years, we look at a way of making starting businesses in Bath and North East Somerset frictionless. And I think the benefit for the city will actually be long-term. So it will be short-term pain in as much as there may not be immediate revenue generation, but the long-term benefit of having large established businesses, the likes of which you can see moving into Bristol, the Cookpads, the Ultraleaps, who are now generating hundreds of jobs, taking large office space and adding to the economy. If we can play that slightly longer game, I think that the city can benefit from the short-term pain of making it easy to start businesses here.
As you know, we're helping to pull together this vision for 2030 for Bath and North East Somerset. In general terms, how ambitious do you think the area could hope to be?
So my view on ambition is that we need to be very ambitious. And I think that's born out of an idea that if we are almost overly ambitious and fall slightly short, we still may have achieved some fantastic things. And Stephen, that my concerns around ambition and vision for the future are around ownership and dilution. My worries are that we set a vision that doesn't truly have ownership, or at least it's not broken down into ownable pieces, and that a vision gets diluted. So it starts as a fluffy sentence, but it doesn't actually mean anything and it doesn't actually happen. So my ambition for the ambition is not only that we set it large, but that we really invest in ownership of it and accountability towards making it happen. And I think that's going to involve a huge amount of support from all parties coming together, seeing that there is an opportunity here, a post-COVID opportunity, but also a pivotal climate opportunity. The rate of change of technology is increasing. So these next 10 years, we really do need to make the most of if Bath is going to set its ambition for 2030 and beyond, let's not let the opportunity slip away, and let's try and do better than we perhaps have done with previous visions that could be accused of having been diluted or not executed.
So, David, the vision for Bath and North East Somerset for 2030 is also around creating a net zero carbon place. What do you think the council and partners need to do in order to lead that transformation?
I think it's a very ambitious goal. It is one where if you currently were in a position that was well financed, you would probably be able to set out a number of very easy routes towards it, because I think the level of investment that's required to make that transition is high. That said, I wouldn't want that to stand in the way. I think that if that problem can be broken down into small enough and achievable enough goals that we can actually entice individual organizations, then perhaps we can all play our part. So an overall goal of net zero by 2030 sounds difficult. I would be asking, what 5 small things can we break down to achieve by 2025? Or even what 2 things can we achieve by 2022? And then I think, reverting to what I said in your previous question, it then comes down to a question of ownership of those and making sure that whoever is owning them has got both the accountability and a mandate to actually deliver them. If those things can be strung together, I think there's a very good chance we can achieve it, even though we're in a city, a UNESCO city, that would probably find it harder than most. Let's use our creativity, let's use what talent we have to think of some solutions that can take the right steps, but also bring everybody along the way as we do it.